Hi everybody, Mom here. Just hopping on quick a minute. I just got home from work. It is 3 o'clock, I think. And a lot of times when I'm down at the restaurant, a big question or wonder that I get from everybody is, do you go home and cook? Yeah, I'd love to go home and cook. Well, how can you cook down here and still want to go home and cook? Well, I'm going to tell you, I'm just like anybody else that works, and working at a restaurant's no exception. When I get home and I'm tired, sometimes the last thing I think about is cooking. But I have found that just a couple of tips I want to give you today. One of the things is really like prepping. So if I come home and I do my prep for my meal, we might not eat until 6:30, 7 o'clock because we eat late during the day. But if I prep it, then I feel like cooking it at 6:30 or 7 o'clock. I don't feel like working until that time, even up here at the house, and then starting the meal. That's too much, and it's just too much for anybody. And then, you're ordering a pizza, or you're going out to eat, and I am no exception to that. But today I came home, decided, yep, I've got this stuff I want to fix, so here's what I'm going to do. So already here at 3 o'clock, I'm going to go ahead. I want to have some cauliflower steaks. So I sliced up my cauliflower for my cauliflower steaks. That's not going to hurt a thing to have that sit out like that. I'm going to cook in the Blackstone tonight, which I really love because the weather's supposed to be perfect. And I want to do some smashed red potatoes. So I've got those going in here. And all this is just some red potatoes that, I buy at the grocery store like anybody else. And I've got them going down in here. Try to get one up. I'm not very good at this camera thing. I'm sorry. But get one up here and see they're about that big. And I'm going to boil them. And I've got them going here in salted water with some chicken stock. And I just used out of a jar, my jarred chicken stock. But that just gives such a flavor to those potatoes. I'll boil those until they're done, and then I'm going to dump it out, and then I'm going to take them and I'm going to put them on the Blackstone, and I'm going to take a heavy can and I'm going to smoosh them down on there, and then let them cook like that along with my cauliflower steaks. And then I have got a whole bunch of chicken thighs, and I am going to cook them up and probably in some lemon pepper and some other spices. I might do 2 or 3 different kinds of spices because I got a 10-pound bag. And then, even after they're cooked, I can freeze them if we're not going to eat them right away. I can pull them out of the freezer already fully cooked later, use them in all kinds of dishes, or just heat them up. Put them in again with a little chicken stock, stick them in the oven. It's easy to go. And here's one more thing I wanted to talk to you about. I'm not a big gadget person. I don't have tons and tons of equipment, but I inherited these from my grandma, and these are the fruit jars. And they're old. They're from the 30s or 40s, and I don't can with them anymore because I just don't think that might be safe. And a couple of them have little notches here on the top, and you always want to check on that. But I'm telling you, these are so pretty, and I'll leave them sit out. And here's 2 cups, here's a quart, and here's a half gallon or 2 quarts. And you know how many times, you want to measure. Say, you want a cup, just half of this, 2 cups, fill this up. You can leave this sit right out on your counter. It's a pretty part of your kitchen. And how many times don't you have to go for that? Or they'll say, add a quart of liquid, or add, 4 cups of liquid. You got it right here. Leave them sit by your sink, easy to grab, doesn't take up any room in your cupboard. You've got room for something else that you really do like, and not a whole bunch of measuring gadgets that you don't need. So put something you already have to use. Those are my tips for today. I hope they help somebody. I've just decided that as I think of this kind of stuff, and I get these questions, and I try to answer a lot of people, I'm just going to hop on here and do it. So I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you all here soon. Bye-bye.